Hey, fourth grade. So I want to go over Bible. So grab your Building Life Castle. And remember, we were talking about David. Well, David had a son. His son's name was Solomon. This is King Solomon, the wisest king. Okay, he made wise choices. Remember, we're talking about wisdom. And do you remember what wisdom is? Okay, so wisdom is applying the knowledge that we have in a godly way. Okay, and as we've stated before, we want to make sure that you are wise in all of your decisions. So you can learn, you can be book smart, and that is fantastic. But you also have to take that information and make the best choices that you can. When we're talking about Bible, we have to make sure that we are making the best choices for God. Okay. So, again, I hope that you have all of your vocabulary down. I want you to be studying those things this week. Try to do some flashcards and try to take your quiz without referring to any of your notes. Okay. All right. So let's get into our lesson. Forgive me. I didn't turn to the page that I was supposed to be on. Okay. So, yesterday you looked at some Bible verses in Proverbs, and they wanted you to note the difference between a foolish man and a wise man. We definitely do not want to be foolish men or women. We want to be wise, right? So, I hope you got all of those down. Um, I'll go over a couple. So, we went over 1 through 7 yesterday. 12 and 23, the foolish man blurts out folly. Folly is just foolishness, really. And a wise man keeps his knowledge to himself. 14 and 9, the foolish man thinks of sin as an opportunity to make jokes. And the wise man finds goodwill or favor with others. 15 and 2, his mouth gushes folly. The wise man, his tongue commends knowledge. 15 and 5, the foolish man spurns his father's discipline, but the wise man is going to heed correction. I love Proverbs because they give you all sorts of things like that to live by. It is an amazing book in the Bible, and try to read it when you can. So if you look at page 111, at the top, we have a couple other things about wisdom. So Proverbs 1, 8 through 10. If sinners entice you, you don't give into what they are saying. Okay. Entice, meaning to give in, to try to get you to do something wrong. You do not give in. Okay. And Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, you trust in the Lord, not in your own understanding, and acknowledge him in all things. So remember in class we talked about God being bigger. He is greater than all things. And we do not understand, situations we might be in, and we may not understand why we are who we are, but God knows, and there is a plan. So again, trust the Lord in all of your understanding, and furthermore, acknowledge him in all things. So the wisest man, King Solomon, we go to First Kings, how suiting, right? King Solomon. 1 Kings 3, 5 through 12. Um, and it starts with verse 7. How did Solomon see himself? And did he think that he was wise? And this always amazes me because, no, King Solomon did not think that he was wise, or he didn't think that he was wiser than anyone else, and that's a great sign of wisdom. Verse 9, what does Solomon ask from the Lord? He asks for a discerning heart to distinguish between right and wrong. Such a wonderful prayer. And I pray that a lot myself, because even adults um, may need a little assistance from God in discerning what is right and what is wrong. Verse 11, God noticed that Solomon had not asked for certain things. What were those? He did not ask for long life. He did not ask for wealth or death of his enemies. And so sometimes in life, what we like to do is we say, "Hey, I want to be rich. I want to have all the money in the world, and I want to have all of these possessions." Um, and hey, I'm really, really, really angry with somebody. So I wish that harm would come to them. And I hope that no one would say, "I wish they would die," but um, that can happen. And Solomon did not ask for these things. Okay, that is a sign of being wise. Verse 12 through 13. God gave Solomon what he requested. He also gave him those things that he did not request. What were those things? Riches and honor, so that no one would be greater than Solomon. So he did not ask to be higher than anyone else. He didn't ask to be richer than anyone else. However, God gave him these things. How amazing, right? He didn't ask, but he received them. And what does God want us to do? He wants us to walk in ways that obey his command. So again, living that righteous life, living a good life, following the lessons from your Bible, and taking the lessons from mom and dad because they're reading their Bible. And so you have to heed instruction. Be wise, my friends. I'll talk to you later.